everyone. Welcome to Meet Tina live event, live free event today with Danielle Lipton and Alli, her partner. So anyway, quickly guys, I have so many live events going on right now. They're all lining up on my YouTube. And all you need to do is go to my YouTube and just subscribe and click notification or just click notify me on each event that you have interest in. All right. That's how you find out the events that I have. I probably have like 10 or 20 coming up right now almost every day. So go ahead, go into my YouTube. There's a link there underneath this video and subscribe and click notification or notify me. Also, Tree of Life YouTube is right there as well. Please do subscribe Danielle and Alli's YouTube because you are going to get free readings, free media reading with them. How about that? So quickly, let's welcome Danielle Lipton and Alli's. All right, guys, which one of you are going to start first?
Hi, everyone. I'll just jump on. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming on. I see some new faces and some faces that we're familiar with, so that's really, really awesome. Thank you so much for the comments, just saying hello. We wanted to we're going to be making a couple of changes to our Meet Tina lives. In the previous Meet Tina lives, we were having Danielle connect with galactic families and share some information about special abilities. And what we were finding is the intensity of the connecting with the families was a bit too much on Danielle's own personal energy. So some of you may or may not know, but when Danielle does a connection into a specific soul, she's actually connecting with their energetic grids. And this is quite taxing on her energetic system. And so what we want to make sure is that, Danielle is able to share some information, but we're mainly going to focus on ascension information. So we understand so many people want to know their origin, and we really want to honor that. Yeah, Bentley, I see that you'd really like to we'd really like to share that information. However, we do offer private sessions, and you can check that out on the website www.daniellelipton.com. Now, we have some exciting news. We are going to run a contest. So we do want to be able to share, some of that galactic information for one special person. And we've been talking about how we can go about doing this. And there's going to be a contest for a free complimentary mini channeling session on the next Meet Tina Live. In order to qualify for that mini channeling session, it's going to be a draw, and we're going to draw a name on Thursday, I believe, on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I noticed just before we came on tonight, we had about 4 or 5 new subscribers. So those names will be entered in the draw for the mini channeling. But any new subscribers to either our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, oh my gosh, what else do we have? Anyone who is Tree of Life Organization Facebook page and who friends Danielle. So anyone who goes ahead and subscribes to those channels, that will count as a draw, as an individual draw to get a mini channeling session from Danielle on the next Meet Tina Live. So I hope that was totally clear. So we're going to go ahead, like I said, and it's just for this hour. So we're here with me, Tina, for 1 hour. So any new subscribers on any of our channels between 9 and 10 will be entered in a draw for a free mini channeling session. So we do totally understand how exciting it is. A lot of starseeds are newly awakened, and it's really exciting to find out those origins. And we do want to honor that and be able to give that information to you. We just want to do it in a little bit more of a controlled way that's respectful for Danielle, because the last session she had, the intensity of connecting with so many energetic grids was too much. And she had to go through quite a comprehensive clearing of her own energetic grids. So it was really impacting her as well. So we just want to make sure we're honoring Danielle's gifts and making sure that everybody is, also receiving what they'd like. So again, if you would like a session with Danielle, please go to our webpage. It's www.daniellelipton.com. The contest is running just for this hour. So any new subscribers to any of those pages, TikTok, Danielle Lipton is under TikTok as well. we definitely want to put your name in the draw for the mini channeling session on Saturday. So that was a mouthful.
Awesome. Well, quickly, I know we got some of the new people here. So, and some of you may not know about Danielle Lipton yet. So, I would like Danielle to just kind of briefly talk about your background a little bit, Danielle. How do you come about channeling all this information? For a star seed, how did you get all these downloads and knowledge? When did you find out that you have this gift? And this is just for new people, so they kind of get familiar with you a little bit. How about that?
Perfect. So in 2019, I had awakened to my gifts and abilities, and I found out that I was contacted with an organization called the Star People. And so the Star People are actually multiple races from multiple planets who all came together in order to help humanity evolve.
Hold on, Danielle. Do you?
And so
hold on. Do you sound, Alli? Can you hear her well?
No, it is a very choppy audio that I'm getting. It's almost like it's scrambled. It's getting scrambled or something.
Is it because Danielle talking a little too fast?
Yeah, maybe, I know, but when she starts speaking, yeah.
No, I was trying to go slow.
You were trying to go slow. Oh, wow.
You guys are both. Yeah, I was trying to go really slow.
Yeah.
Oh, so Danielle, there's a suggestion here.
Started.
Danielle,
Okay.
Can you turn off, Danielle, your and just use your audio? Could you turn off your camera? We have a suggestion that might improve your bandwidth, and we may be able to get better reception for the audio if we just use audio only.
We're gonna channel without her face.
Okay.
All right, guys. We're just gonna put her picture.
How does that sound? Guys. Is that better?
That is so far so good. So thank you so much, whoever suggested that. I can't quite remember.
Davison? Yeah, Bentley Davison.
Yeah, so Danielle, could you start over again sharing a little bit about your background, and hopefully that'll improve?
Sure. So in 2019, I was channeling extraterrestrials, and so I was naturally drawn to the metaphysical information, and so, but then I started realizing that I was channeling them, started asking them questions, the answers to, and then all the downloads started becoming more and more intricate and more detailed, and then the downloads turned into writing posts, and then the posts turned into starting my own blog page and website, and really are you guys?
I know the sound is still a little choppy, but Christina, you mentioned that. Can you guys understand what Danielle just talking about? If you can understand her, I don't know why we constantly getting this. Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I do have to say that the audio did improve when the camera was off.
Yeah.
It did improve. Yeah. Okay. But it is still a bit choppy.
If you guys can understand, we can go ahead and
so can you
go with that.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have kind of choppy sound. Yes, I can.
Okay, because I can't.
Yeah, we tried the smartphone.
It's freezing. We tried everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we spent about 30 minutes before. Yeah, I mean it's kind of. We'll just keep going. Yeah, we have some I can understand. So let's just carry on, Danielle. We did notice an improvement with the video off, which is too bad because we always love to see you. But anyway, so yeah, you were mentioning, so you realized that you were receiving downloads. Yep.
Go ahead, Danielle. I think sometime when she hears
the question. There was a question.
Oh, I just was there anything that you wanted to add to that?
I couldn't really hear you guys.
Or do you want to? Yeah. Oh, you can't hear us now.
I can't hear you at all. It's very, very choppy.
Okay, we're just asking. Everyone's asking to if you can just keep keep speaking to see if it improves, the audio
Right.
improves.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So I'll keep speaking. So in 2018, when I realized I was a channel for extraterrestrials, then I started writing down I had this huge journal at the time. And so I started writing a daily journal and morning meditations and, a whole lot of information about how to change and transform my individual life came, guided me through a healing process. And when they did this, they had me doing qigong and yoga of spiritual, energetic clearing type of modalities. So when that came across, and then all of a sudden, I really started further and further into the writing down all the knowledge that they would give me and putting it into motion, and then it spiraled, because the more and more I focused on knowledge, the more knowledge that they gave me. And now I'm at such a point where if I was knowledge bringing people, if people put the knowledge in motion, they would be able to lock the 5D frequencies very, very rapidly. And this process of sorts. And so when you are able to fully understand how the simulation works and pull yourself back out of that holographic simulation, you are able to be in this world, but not of it. And so what that means, right? I've had experiences where I've been freezing, and so I was, I had the chills, it was very, very cold. And so what they did was shut off my chills, so I was no longer cold. And so having the chills is a biological response. And so that biological response, we are able to tune into the center of the brain and the center of the heart and change, our biological frequency, which then in turn allows us to have complete control over our biological functions. So a lot of the biological functions, you have to realize that we take medication because it's giving us a hormonal response. That hormonal response always happens in the brain, and then it always goes and triggers a certain area of the body and starts to generate a form of healing. And so if take any testing, whether it be plant-based or pharmaceutical-based, and we have this response that it triggers these hormones, then basically what the STAR people are teaching me is how to go inside the internal structure and how to fully activate these hormones without using any, free passes or any substances in the physical reality. So what that looks like is, you have the ability to go.
So Danielle,
Danielle, we're going to stop you there.
Yeah,
okay. We're going to stop you there. Danielle, we're going to ask you. Yeah, okay, thanks so much, everybody, for the feedback. Yes. There's also an audio delay between all three of us as well. So Danielle's probably just hearing this in delayed time. So yeah, Danielle, we're getting really the difficult audio. So
that's
okay. Yeah. So we did try everyone just before, and it seemed like this particular setup seemed to be working. Oh, she's going to come back in again. So for those of you who have just joined us, thank you so much. I was mentioning, I know some of you mentioned that you weren't, you missed the contest. So any new subscribers to either our YouTube, TikTok, any of those pages are going to be entered into a draw, and we're going to do a free mini channeling. So that'll be on our next. Oh, I have a crisis here. Oh, my daughter's. Oh, I'm going to have to go off and come on again, everybody. Sorry about this.
That's okay, guys. So just quickly, sorry about all this interruption, guys. Look like everybody's got all. So this is very unusual incidents, everyone. So thank you for being patient here. But just quickly, guys, tomorrow I'm going to have an event at 11:30 with one of the Evolve practitioners. Looks like Danielle is coming back now. Okay, Danielle, let's see how. Go ahead and say hello to everyone, Danielle, and hopefully the sound is a lot better. People are still being patient, and and hopefully to get something out there from you. All
Hi,
right.
everyone. So I just want to, I mean, we are trying to get this fixed. We've went through a laptop, an iPad, several different pairs of headphones with plugs and no plugs, and Bluetooth and no Bluetooth. So we are Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi to cellular. Well, I've tried every other combination to try and get this to work. Sometimes the energetic, I mean, we are in the middle of a 6 planetary retrograde happen. So it's just very, very important that each and every person who's actually following, if you guys just want to give a little chuckle and laugh and say thank you, universe, for the experience to stop us, we will continue. Right? And so when we do that, it breaks the negative energy to us, and it will allow the situation to heal.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right, guys, let's do that. Okay. So let's begin to share. Danielle, you have something you want to share with the audience, right, today? About the ascension.
About what?
Ascension.
Yes. So the ascension is primarily what I focus on. And so I woke up to my channeling ability. I'm a scientist at heart, and back then especially, I needed proof. But I needed proof that someone was in communication with me. What they were telling me was accurate. So all of the knowledge and science that they were giving that and go and research it. And I had to figure out on my own, okay, is this real? Can I find references to this knowledge, to this information? And so it went through a whole process. That process of me questioning, right? It's in the process of asking the question. And so I went through this whole process. But they're teaching me extrasensory gifts step by step by step. I've taken every single download that they've given on Facebook for free. And I've taken every single download and I send it to people. And I try and share the content. People copy the content, share the content. It's fine because that information is for the entire one of us activates these extrasensory abilities. It's going to be a domino effect for the entire civilization. And all of a sudden, we're going to start to see more and more spiritual ability and also activating their heart-centered. When you start to activate this love-based emotion, you become in alignment with so when you become in alignment with the source frequency, now all of a sudden you're manifesting it, which then in turn gives you access to instantaneous manifestations. So for about 12 years, right? 7 of those years were very, very, very difficult on me and make it, but I got through it. But in 2019, I had turned my entire life upside down, heal all of my pain in about 2.5 weeks. So as a stay-at-home mom scientist, right, how are we able to heal all the pain in 2.5 weeks when I was for 12 years? And so it's all a process of raising the bodies in. And so when you go through the whole process of healing yourself, right, and laughing and really, we are connected to nature. Everything that we do on this planet, the planet's thoughts, it is being stored on a crystalline core, and it ricochets up into it gets stored on a human consciousness grid. And so each individual only connected into the human consciousness grids. That's every single thought from every single person being connected into the crystalline core. It also is resonating a frequency. So when we are going to experience lower frequency, emotion frequency shall shift. Time space may seem to slow. There may also be an impulse that fires off at each individual in any given location. Now, during 9/11, there were electrical magnetism pulses from every single place on each and every human being on this planet. Their aura field or their energetic grids, electrical magnetism pulse. So that means that something inside of your being knew he was about to manifest on this planet at such a high degree that every person. And so when we take a look at how that system works and just how we are connected to each individual holds in their physical reality their own time. Your own timeline bubble basically looks like you are able to experience your own reality. Individual can be on the same planet experiencing the same collective consciousness, growing a totally separate reality. And so we take a look at weather patterns. I can have a nice sunshiny day. Alli's up in Canada. She can be having a rainy day. Environmentals, and yet we're on the same consciousness grid. So that is the way that the is designed. It's designed to allow each individual interface in the human consciousness have your own simulation experience. That includes different elementals, different location code has a different frequency. So when you're in a certain location code drops, you may get the chills, you may get an intuition, you have magnetite in the brain. Those crystals resonate when tragedy or trauma is about to be met. When you take a look at that, you'll start to notice patterns. So if we are going to have severe, you'll notice that the animals already know because their intuition fires off, and they go and that's because of the crystals in their brain that are under a certain oscillation, that the grid and the plant and the animal consciousness grid is attuned into when Mother Earth releases this frequency, it notifies each and every individual, but intuitions have been shut off by our belief systems. So what the star people have been doing is they've been on how to reactivate this intuition and how to allow us to fully manifest the extrasensory abilities. Having the ability to tell when bad weather is coming there is 365 human senses in the biological form. And in the process of evolution, which is turning them on one person at a time and one extrasensory. Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing information you just shared. Now you mentioned about like aura at during 9/11. What was that that you mentioned aura?
So your aura is your electrical magnetism grid, right? So it comes out from the heart chakra and it fully surrounds the physical body. It goes in the form of so if you could see like two figure eights, it flows like that from the center of the body, and so when 9/11 was about to happen, it was maybe to 9/11, the tragedy happening, each and every person, your energy a frequency. And so, the scientists had technology all around the planet, and so their computers started going haywire because they started realizing that the planet very, very, very rapidly. Now, if you take a look at crop circles, the density and dimensional frequencies, which is how they're able to fly their craft down, crop circle almost instantly. It's because they're using electrical magnetism technology to make the grass fall flat. So this is all frequency. The second that we realize that all the frequencies are inside of the human form, you become. And so one such example is when we were in the 80s and 90s and we used to have to adjust the antennas on the top. When we adjusted the antennas on the top through our physical body, when we touch the antenna. So your body acts like not only an antenna, but as a projection of frequencies. So this is how we see Reiki here. Take love energy, which is a magnetic form of energy, in combination energy, which is your chi energy, and they project it out of their hands and they project it. Now the process of taking that energy and projecting it into another individual, that individual's aura field or electrical magnetism centers back into a line. Everything is a frequency. When we start to know this, we can start to take a look. When you are lower trauma-based frequency, time space is also a frequency wave. To see or perceive the time space shift and become much slower when tragic. And so if you've ever been in a car accident, you may have seen that the car may have looked like it almost at the moment of impact. You see everything in slow motion, and that's because it's another frequency. Time space goes really slow, then your intuition might fire off, and you may notice, okay, the sound may get really quiet because it's all connected, right? It's only your personality. So when your perception becomes altered in any way, you really have to take a step into your heart and send love and light, because that love and light is going to shift your energetics in your life. Yeah.
We have to apologize about. I mean, the audio is a lot better than earlier, so we have to apologize that it's not. Yes, it doesn't sound as perfect as we hope, and but I think we still can understand some of information. Um, Danielle, you mentioned earlier that this gift of channeling, the connection with your star seed started in 2019. What happened before that? Were you connected before that at all? Did you get any information or not until after 2019?
I've since I was a child, but I never knew that I was channeling extraterrestrials. 10 years before 2019, so about 2009, on a motorcycle, and I received a telepathic vision of me flipping the bike and cycle event, and so then it felt like they had pulled me back before I seen and witnessed all of that, and they spoke inside my helmet, and they said, "You're not listening." I knew right then and there. I went home because I was terrified, and so the next morning I got people I was riding motorcycles with, and they had told me that they had, not even 5 minutes after, I a cat and mouse chase with the police. So if I was an inexperienced rider, so if I would have stayed, I probably would have flipped the bike by hitting into the pothole. So the start with me since I was a child, and I just never knew it. Even after the motorcycle experience, I still went through my whole, pain and tragedy cycles that I had to walk through. And it really has given me a perspective, because it's like I knew extraterrestrials were helping humanity, but I never quite knew or understood my role in that situation.
Well, hello, thank you very much, Danielle. That was amazing. Hello, everyone who's just started rolling in. Thank you for being here. We appreciate that and appreciate you following us. I have to apologize about audio for some reason. I mean, it seems like it's been, Danielle's been getting some of the audio issue, and we're trying to fix it. So be patient with us. It will get fixed eventually. She tried everything. I think we came on like half an hour before, just trying to get the audio to work. But at least right now it's still better. So anyway, Alli, you got something to share with us. There are some questions.
Yeah, we just want to thank everyone so much for staying on and helping us through and sending us so much positive energy and clearing for the audio. We really appreciate that. We also want to let a lot of you that are watching know we already have existing subscribers to our YouTube, and we also have some that are saying, I'm already a subscriber, how do I enter? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to give away our digital class copy session of root chakra healing. So that's a $25 value, and that's for anyone who's just made a comment tonight on the chat that we're going through right now. So if you're already an existing subscriber, that's great. Just, if you want to mention, like, please enter my name. And then that way, what we'll do is we'll go through existing subscribers on a YouTube page and make sure they're included for the root chakra healing. So that's a digital course, and we'll draw a winner for that as well. So we want to make sure that we really, send everyone so much love and thanks for just sharing this time with us and helping us, as we work through some of these audio issues. And that's what we'd like to do for our existing subscribers to YouTube. So definitely, like, if you haven't made a comment already, and if you are a subscriber on our YouTube page, definitely just mention that, so we'll make sure we enter your name. Okay, awesome. Yeah, we're getting some. So we'll do a draw on Thursday. We're going to do a draw for the mini channeling session for brand new subscribers to any of our social media pages or Danielle Lipton's Facebook. And then we're also going to do a draw for existing subscribers to for the digital root chakra healing class. So that'll be emailed out to you when we do that, when we have the winner. Yeah, awesome. Okay, beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay.
Do we need their emails or contacting everyone on the app? I'm not sure.
So what Danielle and I will have to do then is we're going to do a recorded video. We're going to draw the name out. So if you are selected, you are going to need to tune in on Thursday. It's not going to be a live. Danielle and I are just going to do a quick recording on our YouTube channel where we just announce the winners of the digital root chakra healing class winner and the new subscribers to any of our social media pages, the winner. So you'll have to tune in, and then once you tune in, we'll ask you to get in touch with us. So that'll be how we'll organize it. But
awesome.
Yeah, Danielle, just a question, like for those that are newly awakened and are really wanting to make contact with their galactic family, how would you suggest they go about doing that? What's the best way to connect with extraterrestrials, your galactic family? How would you suggest it?
Well, the star people is such a very, very large station. Their ships and they're surrounding the entire planet. And then, it's kind of operation. And so they have ships surrounding the planet, but then those ships go back and they make communication. There's more people at the home planet. Now, telepathy and telekinesis, all these things, vast distances. So, for example, we see that we can have a school here, right? And so I can have a school over here. You can have a school in your area. So just imagine on their home planet. So when we interact with the star people, there's multiple who the primary individual is attuned to. And what the star people are saying is, each live feed, each person that interacts on any of the pages, they have eyes on them. And then they take them. The rep is usually on the home planet or either on one of the ships that are up in the upper atmosphere. Anyways, they start guiding you through synchronicity. They start, a lot of times, they'll start working on have your energetic grids cleared. So that basically looks like they start to bring old traumatic up to the conscious mind. And they do this way you can release them. So you may send them love and light. You may be at peace with them. And then all of a sudden your energetic grids become, they have children who are, and their children go into the 90s, 100s. Those are still children, live to 1,500 years, the Arcturians I'm speaking about. But what they say is those children interact with us primarily because it's like they are trying to help us to evolve their highest passion. So they're kind of like light linguistic is what they're saying. And so they make contact and they help us evolve. That's their highest passion. The person who's here tonight already has a rep. So they are watching you. All you have to do is speak to you because they're listening. But then you have to also believe. You have to tell them, yes, I'm willing to have ocean. They want to speak to every person on the planet at this point because the situation that's happened and all of that, right? They would prefer to come directly to each and every citizen on the planet because the more and more people that they can help to evolve, the faster it's going to change the entire. Go to the government anymore. They're going to come right to the people, and they're going to come right to the stay-at-home moms with two. These are the people that have the greatest odds of evolution. And so this is important because the more and more we start to focus on being loving, caring, kind to every insect, right? The more and more we start to self-love ourselves, right? And for the tragedies and traumas that we've experienced in our past, the more and more that you can look at every person, not see their biological form, right? So you don't see their color, you don't see their religion, you don't see their bank account. And it doesn't matter if they are homeless on the street or if they have $1 million, right? They're situation right now, in the moment, they're an avatar. That's it. They're a light underneath a biological. That light underneath is your soul. And so when you have a soul can either be happy or negative polarity. And so by adding more love to each individual, you can shift. So you take a homeless person, if you take them off the street, you give them enough love, you give them an education, potential for doing great things, and this world changes. It shifts, right? So you're shifting his shifts the way that his timeline is going to manifest. So if we, as you call us, if we stood together as one race on this entire planet, and we share what we have with each other, because there's enough food for everyone. If we stop what we're doing, we stop paying the taxes, and we stop all this nonsense that's being imposed on us, and we started coming to everything I have, I'm going to give away all my physical items. I don't need it anymore, and I'm going to go and I'm going to. Then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what laws and rules they impose, because now we become, when humanity becomes one tribe, and we start really bringing upon a spiritual revolution, our planet will change very, very rapidly, and they're going to be right at our side, helping us, guiding us. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, I love the fact that you just said
Thanks.
there's enough food for everyone, really. One big family globally.
Yes.
You know, this is very beautiful. So, guys, do not forget to subscribe on Tree of Life YouTube. I have their link underneath. You know, you guys can subscribe. They're going to be doing drawing on this Thursday, and it's going to be up on their YouTube, recorded and mention the name of the person. So you don't have to worry that you can miss out. You can go back to their YouTube on Thursday, which can be uploaded for the winning of the reading and also the classes that they offer. And also, please remember, I have a lot of free live events coming up as well. Tomorrow's there's going to be 11:30 p.m. The Oneness with one of the Evolve Me practitioner at 11:30 a.m. In the morning. 6 p.m. there's going to be a tarot reading by Pretty. She's very amazing, and I think she got some followers already. You know, it's like she's only been here for a few weeks, and very popular tarot reading lady here. And I think Saturday we have a medium. We have mediumship, contacting to spirit in the afternoon. I don't remember what time it is, but just go and look at the. You need to subscribe, and you need to click notification, because I have so many going on. I cannot even keep track myself right now to even remember which is which. I have to go by day just to keep track of everything. So anyway, Alli, what's any next question that you would like to share with ask Danielle?
Let's see here. Oh, this is a fun one.
Yes, let's
So
hear it.
we all know that we're made of we're made of stardust. And so how do our zodiac alignments affect our daily lives and the manifestations that occur? Because it's so interesting, right? As we all know, Mercury's in retrograde, and there's so much going on in the universe with the planets. So how do our own personal zodiacs fall into that puzzle within the universe, that constantly evolving puzzle? Yeah.
The zodiac affects us on so many different levels. We take a look at the full moon. Well, that full moon actually washes a type of energetic over us, which releases the off of our energetic grid structures. This is the reason why you may see a lot of chaos during full moons. That's because that energy is pulsing and removing density. Now, when we're energetic grids, it automatically starts the process. A cycle repeats. So a cycle, traumatic experience, and you handle it, but you fire off. So it generates a black mark or a distortion in your energetic grid, and that has to come again. So you have to imagine it's coming back to have a second chance, and giving the individual a chance to handle it from a more positive, love-based. So when we start handling trauma or chaos from a love-based sudden, it stops that cycle from repeating, and basically we learn the lesson and we move up level, they're saying. And so when you are also in certain levels or then certain doors may be open for you to manifest on higher frequency ranges. You may have a power year. So every 7 or 8 years, you may notice one in which you are a power manifestator. And so this means that you may buy those are on the power years. You don't even have to buy it. You just have to receive it, right? And so according to certain zodiac cycles, depending on each individual, because it depends on your location code. Now, your location from the time of true birth, which is conception, is in the astral realm. That individual soul is for basically that plot of land in the astral realm. And so that's another thing that most is that we do have a responsibility to be maintaining an astral. And so the Indian people knew about this because they knew that the place of conception, that you can go from any location on the planet, you can beam right there because it's in the astral. But you go and it starts to maintain the astral frequencies. And so when each child of then all of a sudden it starts to raise the frequency potentials in the astral realms. Many times on this planetary frequency, we're seeing that people will astral the lower chakra, so the root, the sacral, or the solar plexus. When you astral project, it's putting you in a lower density range of the astral environmentals. And so the individual starts focusing on their plot of land in the astral realm, it shall automatically into the higher energetic centers, which then in turn allows each person to astral frequency range. When that happens, humanity as a whole is granted access to manifestation coding. So the Dreamtime manifestation coding allows for certain humanity to fully program the civilization on a big circular.
Wow, beautiful.
That's cool.
Well, I have this question for you. I think everybody's gonna like this question. How can anyone contact extraterrestrials or any light beings? Because I'm sure everyone in here would like to do that, right? Because they'll want to be able to contact. What would your suggestion is going to be, Danielle? How can anyone contact? Can anyone even connect like you do?
Yes, everybody can, and everybody should. And I encourage every person to close your eyes and be really, really quiet and see what comes, right? Because you touch on your skin, that's them, right? You may feel a tingle in your third eye, that could be them. Stand up, that could be them. You could laugh uncontrollably, and you could not know why, that could be them. They can trigger your density and your grids. They can make your arms go up. They can make your arms control your body. Now, they can speak inside your ear. They generally don't mess. They do it in such a way where it's your mind in your head so that they don't cause you fear. The first way of communication. But if you do this enough, talking to your own voice and you to them like you are talking to them in a room, then all of a sudden you're going to get more and more, right? The whole process of talking to myself, and I was like, I'm crazy. And then the voice in my mind would be like, yes, you crazy, but I'm right, right? It's science, and I'm right. And then I would keep going with it, right? Because I
used to talk to myself in the car driving, and people were looking at me like, this chick is crazy.
Yeah. You put your headphones on, you talk to yourself, nobody notices. Yeah, it gets more and more and more, and then because it unlocks your belief patterning, and then one day they come into your reality and they slip into your full body, and then you're like, oh, now I know. And so they can even come down. They come down to a lot of people's bedrooms, and they clear your. And so that's done as well. Like I've had a couple of my sessions where they showed up and people's contact and communication. They make contact through the dreams. So some people are dream walking in dream time, and they'll tell you things, and they basically want to guide you. But the guide people to do is be in love. Be in love with yourself. Be in love with other people, because that is what changes. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. I don't think I have heard anyone suggest this kind of contacting is talking to yourself. I really like that, you know, and that's a good advice. Love it. You guys love it too. Post comments. You love that because I think we all can do that. Just you can start it right now, right now today. One of these days you don't have to come here and ask questions. You can just talk to yourself and connect direct to
Yeah.
yourself. You offer
Yeah,
that
and
class, Danielle?
Yes.
You do offer that class to connect with
y-
the extraterrestrials. You
uh,
guys should offer that class.
yeah, we could
Alli,
offer that
yeah,
class. Alli, we're gonna get on that.
yeah, Alli, you guys
yeah,
should
we
offer
could.
that
Yeah.
class.
We
We could do
could.
that.
And
Yeah.
I just want to say also, like, your galactic family are connecting just on so many different levels,
Mhm.
right? Like when you see repeating numbers like 11, 11, 12, 12, 333, like those are all signs from your guides that they are with you. And so, if you're like, okay, if it's your first time, and you notice you see 11, 11 a lot, you can go online and check it out. And it's always about what resonates, right? Because we're always getting a lot of information, but Danielle has mentioned, our galactic families can actually manipulate the internet and provide information specific to us. So just trust that you're being led in the right direction whenever you have like questions or you're looking something up or you're getting information. Because as I've gone through the awakening process, I've been amazed how quickly I've asked questions, and within hours I've received the answer, and I would have had no idea how I would have got that answer. So it all starts to come sort of flooding into you. And it's like what Danielle said, they want to make sure that they're making that contact on terms that are for you. They never want to scare us in any way. So you can do small things like I've asked questions like, if this is the right decision, show me something, and then if you can just release the expectation of seeing that, whatever you've said, like, for example, my spirit animal is a cardinal. So I've asked questions where I'm like, if this is the right decision, show me a cardinal, and
Right.
I'll go the day kind of going about my day. And if I didn't see a cardinal throughout the day, right, because this is a holographic reality, I
Mhm.
could say make the assumption that okay, that was a no. You know what I mean? So there's different ways to work with the guides if you're newly awakened, and of course, ultimately, yeah. I mean, we all want that experience of like face to face, sitting next to our guides and having those amazing conversations.
Yeah.
So it's just an exciting time, everybody, because the
I
energies are really
do you
increasing.
do you agree with me? That right now, especially right now, I think more and more people are beginning to have all this experience now connecting with
Yeah.
our galactic family because I also have experienced that myself, especially this year. It just comes and I would just hear them or I would just get messages or like they tell me to do all this stuff, and I heard it and I was like, okay, I trust that. But I think because of ascension time, it's an energy right now. And I think this is a time where many star seed will be connecting with their galactic family by all this, hearing and connecting, right? You guys should have class on this because it's the right time to do it,
Yeah, that's
because
true.
everyone here can, I can see some of these people here already have this
Mm.
experience. They felt it on their shoulder. Joe Darling, you felt on your shoulder, and some of these people, yeah, automatic writing, they do that too.
Yeah.
Danielle, Alli, there's a next class you should offer now. With this connecting to your starseed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Let's
guys think?
do
Post
it.
comment if you guys
Yeah,
interested.
like we're always looking for ideas. So if anybody
Maybe you can
wants
do a
to,
drawing and then offer some sample classes to some of this audience here. If you guys
yeah,
like it, post
definitely.
comments if you're interested in connecting with your own and learn how to, like Danielle and Alli has suggested. I think that would be a great class that you guys offer.
And just a question here from Tom, which is totally relevant for ascension information. And I know I went through this as well and still do, is that ringing in your ear, in your left ear. Because when I first was awakening, I was getting that left ear, and I thought, okay, this is weird. Like I've never had this before. Is there something wrong?
Hmm.
But can you talk a little bit about tuning into that left ear?
What is that? That is your child is right behind.
Oh,
That's a
Oh
star
my gosh,
seed.
Danielle, you freaked me out. I thought you saw a ghost or
That's
something.
a beautiful crystal star seed there.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh my
She's
goodness.
beautiful. She's beautiful. Well,
I
you
need to
guys,
go lay
this is
down. You
Allie
scared Danielle.
Show. She's cute.
Whew.
Okay. I'll be right
Almost
back.
out.
Okay,
I
sorry,
thought
Danielle. We
I
didn't
thought
mean
you
to
thought
scare you.
Whew.
right. There you
Okay,
go. Mhm.
so take a
Yeah.
sip of water. Let's, okay,
Okay.
reconvene.
Okay.
Okay.
Whew.
So in the meantime, while Danielle is trying to get situated,
Okay.
just a quick
They
announcement,
don't
guys.
know what happened. They don't know what happened during one of the last lives, right? I had seen somebody. I saw them run, and they were a shadow person, but they had boots on, and I saw them scream then too. So now I'm always like on guard. Like, are they back? Do I feel them? You know, and I saw it behind me, and I was like, oh my god, that's them.
That's just my daughter.
That is
I know.
amazing. Hey, you
Okay,
guys.
so
come on.
ringing in the ears, ringing in the ears. Okay.
Okay.
You guys have any question? You guys have any
Okay.
question there? Post it. You know, we'll answer your questions.
Okay, so ringing in the ears. So your left ear, it's connected to the feminine energetics, and the right ear is your masculine side, chi energetics. And so when you hear your right ear, that's going to be someone got you in the physical reality. The left ear is going to be your feminine. So you may get messages from the star people depending on the level of their body. It could either come in the left or right ear. So if you're dealing with an extraterrestrial who's some extraterrestrials they come down and they pull genetics and they're 3D focused, and they go and they're trying to heal their civilization. So we have many different levels, different extraterrestrials at different levels of density. So the higher ones that primarily are 5D and higher. And so I constantly hear them in the left side. I think it was maybe once I've heard them in the right, but they were physically in the room with me. So it was a little bit. When they tune into the left side, now I also have a post out called Ring Energetics. And so sometimes, which they're stepping forward right now, they may download light language or frequency coding into your biological form, the resonance of that frequency. And when that happens, it is properly attuning your magnetic grid. And so there could be many different reasons why is done to primarily heal the individual from the positive polarity. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So let me see. Someone asked Tom, the high pitched sound from time to time, the sound's getting higher both ears. What do you have to say?
Okay. So now it's also important for you to realize that, like I was saying earlier, we are in biological form. The center of the brain has 4 compartments. You have 2 lower halves, and there's 4 total. If you take the right hand side of the brain, 2 halves, and in the middle, there's a muscle there. If you push on that, you have to see it. You have to visualize it. You have to gently push it. It feels like that muscle will flat muscle. It starts to turn off the sound in the ear ringing. It's only the ear ringing from the physical reality. So it's an internal sound. That sound is directly in connection with the pineal gland. So when you push on that area, it starts to have full capability of turning it off. Some individuals have 2 ears. So one tone may be high, one tone may be low. So it goes, that's actually a teleportation tone being beamed into your structures, they're saying. So it kind of acts like a binary beat. There'll be 2 different tones. What that's doing is it's causing the brainwave frequency to change and hear two different tones, you're supposed to go right into meditation. You're supposed to let that free your entire physical form. And during that process, you're going to allow your physical body to shift into a parallel reality. Now, they're saying on occasion, they class. And so they'll send this tone, you'll go into meditation, only your light body will class with them. On other occasions, you may hear the two tones, and you may physical body into a parallel reality. So it depends on who's sending you the tone to feel if it feels positive frequency or negative frequency. A positive frequency, secret geometry frequency. So feel into it. You may get the chills, the true frequency, and then you go into the meditation. If you're listening to something and you're getting the star people are saying, tell it to turn off, and it'll turn off. Yeah.
Wow. Shall we go with another question here from the audience, Alli?
Yeah, so I know this is something that you've mentioned before as well, and that is, we've talked about it before, but if you can mention it. So when we receive the goosebumps, like sort of the chills, goosebumps all over our body, could you talk a little bit about the blood plasma and the crystals in the body and the truth detector and things like that? That's something that's just come up in comments.
Sure. So your plasma is blood, and it's directly correlating to your hair follicles. So when your plasma becomes straight up, now that is a truth detector, but it's like very important to your higher self detector. If you want to look at it, it can detect negative. So when we take a look at the negative, if you've ever been in a place and maybe you had a ghost in your house, then all of a sudden all of the hair may stand up and you may have this. That's a lower frequency range. And so that plasma is activating your hair to run, right? But however, there are some situations where you'll be having a conversation. What they're saying is very truthful and it rings true to you. So your hair may stand up, you little bumps on the skin, and that's so that you know you have the intuition that what that person is saying, but it has some sort of significance to your journey because your higher self is actually acting biological response that's coming from your energetics. So if the higher self can activate you, you always want to pay attention. Now, when I do energetic clear, feel their distortions. So sometimes people will have a blocked throat chakra, mouth will get dry, I start coughing, I get an itchy, scratchy throat. Sometimes someone, and I instantaneously, the second I touched her energy grid, I got a headache. And so that's a notification. Okay, well, she has something wrong in this area of her brain, so how do we clear it? And then it's like take and transmuting it. That's what happens. It just takes me a little bit of time to rebalance it. But part of the empath ability, right? So, and this is why they're saying treat each other, because if that person has an energetic imbalance that just wore onto me, it spread. If you have a depressed person and you stand next to them, that depression washes over on you. Of high value to start healing every single person who wants to be healed, right? But the people who want to be healed, they should be healed because by healing them, you're healing your energy is not going to have an impact on you. Even though you have the ability to move out of the, you don't. And not only that, but if you heal them, they're going to shine more light into the civilization. They're going to be more of the person that they were designed by the source frequency to be. On this planet is a puzzle piece of a giant picture. We don't see the giant picture of above. So you have to be in the crystalline or the 5D frequency range. But every single has some type of gift or attunement. We have things that each one of us are good at. Artists. Some people do music. Some people are surgeons, right? So each person is going to have an extrasensory ability. That's the first gift that they're going to turn on. So have access to every single gift, right? Through different perspectives, yes, we would. Yes, and put them all together, the world becomes a very, very magical place. So we should be helping the person who is around us. We should be feeding them. We should be helping them. We should be sitting down and having conversations, bringing all the spiritual people together. Because when we get together and we start doing power manifestation, the three will click in, and all of a sudden, when there's 3 people or more, you can make very large epic simulation, like cleaning up the oceans, right? We can get 100 people together, we could do ocean. And then we can kick back and see what reflections form. Now, a reflection, wherever placing focus on, is going to show some type of reflection in your physical reality. Focus on clean oceans. We may see TikTok pages, and the TikTok pages are saying, hey, plastic out of the ocean. That's a reflection of what it is that we wish to manifest. Manifesting is allowing, right? And not holding any resistance. So we say, ocean, right? And we say, amen, usa, usa, usa. Usa means it is done. And we allow the receiving to come. And so by being okay, if it doesn't get clean, allowing it to come means in time it will come. Now, there's also high technology solution for every single world dirty disaster that we have. We can clean the oceans, and people said. We can clean up the land, the litter, all of that stuff can get cleaned very, very rapidly. There is 0-point technology. There's enough energy in like a cup of free energy for the entire planet for about 10, 20 years. And then indefinitely, like a cup of coffee, right? So by coming and using magnets and by using the Earth's magnet, shall allow humanity to access a higher level of consciousness, which unlocks technology. Which I mean, we could be giving everyone who doesn't have high technology to light and power their homes without an electric bill. We could take our car. Hydrogen is 3 metal plates placed in a water, right? And when you vibrate, it releases a combustible gas, right? Now, gasoline is a combustible. Hydrogen, water is a water-based car that doesn't take gasoline, that can go across the country, right? So a gallon of water is not going to produce any toxic materials. That's going to get a gallon of water, right? So we should be starting to make conversations about this. These aren't going to do it for us. We have to be the ones to say, we don't want to live on a dirty earth, because our children deserve us to stand up and us to do better. And if the company do it for us, then we have to be the one to speak about it and then eventually demand it. This is what we need. Yeah. Start a revolution.
Great. Yeah. Well, that's what this is about. That's what this ascension is about, is bringing back all of these, all of these ancient technologies, all these ancient ways of healing that, we haven't been made aware of for so long. So there's all these amazing ancient healings, and there's just so much technology that we can utilize that takes care of our earth. So that's what we're going back to. And I don't know if there's anybody who follows Jane 108, but he just did a post on, I believe it's sound, that they're finding a way to create heart tissue through sound therapy. So these are the types of things that we're going to start hearing more and more about. It's really incredible, is the power of vibration, sound resonance for healing. Absolutely. And so it's just a really exciting time. So anything new that you happen to see or hear, that is moving in that direction is part of this amazing ascension into the new earth that we're all experiencing right now. So yeah, Danielle, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I really feel like, we got a lot of really amazing ascension information, and so much of it. I hope everybody received some blessings and lots of blessings from Danielle's channeling. She's really incredible. And we're just so grateful to have had this opportunity to come on to meet Tina. So thanks so much.
Absolutely. Remember, Danielle's going to be back on Saturday. This Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, guys. You've got any questions? Please do not hesitate to have your questions ready. We're going to try to answer as much as we can. And just a quick, a reminder for those who just step in. Tomorrow I have two events, one at 11:30 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. Pacific time. One is from New Practitioner at 11:30. About oneness and reading. It's going to be fascinating. 6 p.m. with Pretty on the Tarot. I think Thursday we have another one also, but Saturday is going to be three of them. One is with mediumship, connecting to the spirit at noon, 3 p.m. Back to Danielle again, so you guys come back at 3 this Saturday, okay? And if you know how to get there, just go to YouTube, subscribe her YouTube too. You guys can enter a drawing and win her class, and also a private reading one-on-one. 6 p.m. there's going to be a live stream about full moon in Libra. So that's very important that you come in. Next week's fascinating. On Wednesday, I'm also getting another practitioner that also Starseed from London, United Kingdom, going to be sharing, connecting with your soul signature. And I already posted up the announcement or the YouTube stream that you can go ahead and click notification. And yes, Francine. Oh, you're a Libra sun. I'm a Libra sun too. Scorpio moon. That's very, very psychic. God, we all should talk about astrology. I should bring astrologer here, right? So that'd be fun. But anyway, guys, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to your live YouTube, because they will be doing a drawing on this Thursday, and that video is going to be up on their YouTube. All right. So the link is there on description. And I just suggest them to have a class on how to connect and talk to your own starseed or galactic family. And I think they are going to start up a class. You should. No one has done that.
We will.
Yes, astrology. Yeah, I think we have some astrology. I have some astrology lined up already. We just haven't scheduled a date yet, because I'm pretty much booked up for the next few weeks. Next week is gonna be a lot of practitioners. There's another one that's, I think, fascinating too. She draw the picture and images and messages that she gets, and she connect to the star seed as well. It's interesting, Danielle. How come there's so many people a lot of people are very connected to their star seed and channel information nowadays, isn't it? Why is that?
Well, manifestations to activate the star seeds, and telling that, it's so not only that, but what they're saying is the solar flare is going to be coming in the next. So the star seeds and light workers are being activated, and they're being activated so that they'll, because when you start the process of healing yourself, you're able to hold more light in your energy. Solar flash happens, you're able to absorb more of this light encoded frequency and activate more of the 365 extrasensory abilities. So it's like we were given all this time to go through the evolutionary process to raise our free. We've been on this path for how many years, healing and healing. We may have even had a lot of people feel like they were still more healing to be done for the civilization, right? And so when you start healing yourself, of the source frequency lens is for the civilization. So the civilization is also a biological form. So if you don't like what you're seeing in the civilization, that means you still have things to heal. It's all connected. You are a micro. That's the macro of the holographic simulation. And light workers are being activated right now because it's kind of like crunch times, right? And so they need to be activated in order to help assist other people unpacking and healing and activating their true light bodies.
Cool.
Wonderful. Well, guys, that's pretty much wrapped up the end of the show here, and hopefully you guys got some great information here. I mean, this is amazing information, Danielle. Thank you so much, Danielle, and thank you, Alli. You guys have anything to, for the audience before we wrapped up this show?
No, just thanks so much for all the support for everyone. We're going to be announcing some more classes coming up. So we're going to be having a sacral chakra healing class that we'll be putting up on daniellelipton.com. So definitely go check out the webpage and some of the classes that are being offered. There's a healing session that you can also have with Danielle as well, where she goes into your energetic grids with your galactic family, and they do a healing on you as well. So there's some really amazing opportunities to heal and connect with your guides, and just also learn how to heal yourself, because that's so important as energetic beings that we are, you know, to be able to access that information for ourselves and visualize our healing is really important too. So that's everything. Thanks everybody so much. Thank you so much, Tina, for having us on. It's wonderful to be here
Anytime, you guys
always.
are amazing. Daniel and Alli, you guys have a wonderful evening. Good night. You guys, thank you so much wherever you are. If you're out here in the same California or United States, have a good night. Have a wonderful, sweet dream. Connect to your galactic family tonight in your dreams, right?
Yes.
If you're from different part of the world, good morning, good afternoon. Doesn't matter where you're at. We are one family, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Lots of love to you guys, and and thanks for all the encouragement and support. Don't forget to click like, share the video, and just spread the love and spread the light to everyone. I think this is fun. We all connecting, globally. It doesn't matter where you're at, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that heart. Alli just kind of showed that's heart, that's love to everyone, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are beautiful. Oh my gosh, you got a bigger heart. I'm gonna have to get my own rocks now.
That's a rose
Yeah,
I'm gonna
quartz.
get a big pink one or a green one. How about that?
Sure.
Thank you guys. Yeah, say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Come back on Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be here. Thank you guys. Thank you, Francine. You guys are lovely. Thank you, Joe. I couldn't call out everyone's name, but thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the questions, and thank you, the star tonight. Until then,
Yes.
next video, guys.